Hello, JPU family. Welcome to another episode. The word here today is unity. Jamaica's recovery process after the monster hurricane Melissa is going to need a foundation of unity. Just over the last few days, we see where politics and division are making its way into the recovery process. Dancehall and reggae artist Buju Banton got pulled into the center of a political storm. I don't know if he intended to or not by the People's National Party. Buju's revelation that he was carrying goods for the People's National Party MPs, it revealed and exposed a deeper issue, one where disaster relief, foreign aid, and even national recovery are being used as a political weapon. Instead of partnership, that's where unity comes in. Instead of partnership, we're seeing division. Instead of coordination, we're seeing competition. And instead of unity, we're seeing the dangerous politicization of Jamaica's suffering. So, when Buju Banton revealed that aid sent from abroad was being directed to a specific PNP MP or MPs of Parliament, many Jamaicans stop and ask, wait, who authorized that? Who coordinated that? And under what system? When Buju decided to be part of that, he was endorsing a political agenda, whether he knew it or not, right? It wasn't just helping his homeland. He was endorsing a political agenda. To Jamaicans on the ground, this kind of look away, because when a country is hit by a Category 5 hurricane, aid cannot become a constituency competition. Relief should not depend on political colors. Aid should not be routed through partisan networks. And foreign donors must not be led to believe that the PNP has its own parallel distribution system. In addition to that, in the middle of this national crisis and chaos, the PNP launched their own donation portal, separate from the government of Jamaica's official disaster relief channels. So you see the division all around, the division being led by the opposition PNP with zero care of how this may implicate international support for Jamaica. No, is a political party allowed to raise funds? Yeah, they are. But is it appropriate during a national emergency? When the country already has coordinated mechanisms through ODPEM, NWA, JDF, and the Ministry of Local Government? That's the real question. Because what the PNP essentially did was create a parallel relief pipeline, one that removes transparency from the process, one that bypasses national coordination, and one that confuses international donors. And most importantly, it fractures the very unity that disaster response requires. Where do these people come from? Where does Mark Golding get his mindset from? It cannot be a Jamaican mindset. Imagine international organizations seeing multiple portals, multiple collection points, and no single coordinated national authority. That doesn't look like good governance. It looks like confusion. It looks like politics. It looks like a country divided at the very moment it is fighting to rebuild. When a hurricane hits, the government, regardless of which party is in power, is responsible for national coordination. Okay? Not party headquarters, not constituency offices, and certainly not politicians looking for public relations moments. But instead of joining national efforts, the PNP choose to use a different path, a path of separation instead of cooperation. From the very outset, ever since that press conference they did, it was written all over it. And maybe that's why all the senior MPs did not join. You see it in their statements. You see it in their refusal to work through official channels. You see it in how proudly they broadcast their own relief drives, as if Jamaica's recovery is a political talent show. And the result? Duplicate efforts, confused logistics, aid bottlenecks, distrust among the people, and foreign donors unsure who to follow. This is not how a serious political party behaves in a moment of national tragedy. This is how a party behaves when it wants political mileage from pain. Guys, the real victims in this story are not the politicians, not the donors, not the hashtags. It's the Jamaican people. Because when politics gets into relief work, here's what happens. A family in St. Thomas, for example, might wait longer because their MP is not aligned with the fundraising drive. A district in Westmoreland might get double shipments while another gets none. A community in St. Mary might receive relief that doesn't match ODPEM's damage assessment. Chaos replaces coordination. And in a disaster this massive, when over half of Jamaica felt Hurricane Melissa's impact, chaos costs lives. Even MP knows this. Every councillor knows this. Every party leader knows this. Yet the PNP, led by Mark Golding, chooses to build its own relief machinery while Jamaica is hurting. That is not patriotism. That is not leadership. That is not putting Jamaica first. When political parties turn hurricanes into campaigns, the consequences are deadly. Yes, it is. Trust in relief efforts collapses. Communities become polarized. Donor agencies hesitate to send future support. Government systems get bypassed. And the country looks unstable on the global stage. This is why most nations have one unified disaster response channel, because when politics steps in, people suffer. So where do we go from here, from this whole Buju Banton PNP confusion saga? You know? It's simple, guys. We return to unity. We don't stop being a unified people. The government of Jamaica must continue leading national recovery. That is its duty. International donors must route their assistance through official emergency systems, not political portals. And political parties must understand that Jamaica's pain is not an opportunity for branding. Hurricane Melissa didn't hit GLP communities and it didn't hit PNP communities. It hit Jamaica. And if there was ever a moment for unity, partnership, and coordinated action, this is it. Buju may not have planned to step into politics at this time, but he certainly allowed politics to derail his good intent or good effort. And then the way he handled the whole thing, it just made it so much more worse, unfortunately. I want you guys to be aware that, yes, Jamaica is united. The only people who are disunited are trying to create this unity in the middle of this crisis is the PNP. We're not lying on them. We're not unfairly criticizing them. We're going based on their own actions. The press conference that they came out with, you know, the separation of raising separate money and getting different separate aid to come into the country, there is absolutely no need for that. Everything should go through the channel of the country, Jamaica. I want you guys to listen to the Miss Jamaica Universe contestant. She gave a little interview yesterday, and she was even advertising and promoting the supportjamaica.gov.jm website for people to donate. And this is the kind of unity that we need, and this, the partnership that we need as Jamaicans, not to divide and, create mischief and all these things.
Hello, my dear. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing lovely today. How are you?
I'm great.
Thank you so much for your love and support. I really appreciate it, and continue to support me during my journey to the crown. I also encourage everyone to support Jamaica, which has suffered from the devastating effects of Hurricane Melissa, a Category 5 hurricane. If you can, send your monetary donations to supportjamaica.gov.jm. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, my dear, and enjoy your stay
Thank
in
you
Thailand.
so much.
And
Thank
enjoy
you.
your